I'm live now. I'm live now. Hi everyone. Sorry about that. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Hi everyone. Welcome to another live chat with me, Simone Stewart. The face behind Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart, of course. Guys, here we talk about we share. Well, it's a talk show, I should say, where we women share their stories of trauma and triumph. And last week, I was here sharing my story, and I am here again this week, just wanting to give you a quick update as it relates to what's been happening with me, guys. I was on the road. I literally just got in, and so because I had put up that I would have gone live at 7:30. I didn't want to delay any further, so I've just made sure that I jump right on right away. Shemlin, hi, how are you? Welcome. Um, Guys, last week, from all indication, I would have shared my experience experiencing menopausal symptoms, I should say. And so many of you reached out to me, sharing your own experience, sharing the fact that not many persons are talking about this and how real the situation, the circumstances are with dealing with menopause. And whoa, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Um, right. And so many of you would have shared your story. Hey, Carvey. Um, and guys, let me tell you something. I remember I saw one comment, this gentleman sharing that, he wish he had heard about this, or learned a lot more about this whole menopause thing before his wife passed. I really would love to talk with him, to know what really happened, because I have found that when we're going through this period, because it's not something that is so widely spoken of, and because there's so little, even though there's information, the truth is we're not taking the time out to do our research. You find that we're suffering in silence. And so those who are closest to us, they are not able to support us. Sometimes it's their choice still in terms of not wanting to support us or not wanting to understand, because men have this thing to say, well, women are miserable, and so they just think that we're just forever miserable, when the truth is, guys, having gone through the last 2 weeks with severe menopausal symptoms, I am now realizing that, listen, I couldn't afford to suffer this in silence. I could not allow myself to go through 1 month straight of this. I had to come out and talk. And so I want to thank each of you that has been on this. You've been sharing the live, you've been sharing the episode, you've reached out, you've been commenting, and so we are doing this together. Just a bit of update. When I spoke with you guys last week, Saturday, that week would have been my week of trauma, right? And just for those who are just joining, just to recap some of the stuff that was happening to me that week, I was having lots of um panic, nervousness, fear, anxiety, that was driving me crazy. For 3 days I was in a state of fright and anxiety, almost literally shaking, guys. Couldn't sit still for any period of time without feeling fear creeping, literally creeping up my skin. I was dizzy. I was a lot dizzy. And then what I was noticing is that once I got hungry, I would get into another phase. I would get into, it's almost as if my eyes, I couldn't see very well. My eyes would get very, very blurry. right? And then I noticed too that I could not open my eyes very wide. They would feel like almost as if pain was behind my eyes. And so it's this week now that I'm realizing that fatigue was also a part of it. And so, guys, in case you didn't know too, that well, fatigue is going to come from different angles. Fatigue will come with the menopause, but fatigue will also come with just being in that state of fright. Your body is constantly fighting and trying to sustain itself. And so what was happening to me is that I was tired, and every time I would go through this phase of fright, I needed to go and lie down. And so I think I would have shared that one morning I would have walked my son out, and when I got outside I realized that I can't stay up, I can't stand up. It feels like it's easier for me to sit on the ground, right? Or just to come back in and go and lie down. So I realized that what was happening is that my body was going through a real battle, right? Um, I'm going to also try to intersperse using my phone tonight, guys, because I realized last week while I was talking, messages were coming in on the phone. And so I didn't get a chance to see. All right. So yes, so I was in that state, guys. And I decided, so tonight I want to share with you what were some of the things that I did to help myself, and hopefully that will help those of you who are going through menopause. If you are new here, I would have done part one last week, sharing everything as it relates to menopause, what I was going through. Other women were sharing their own experience in the chat, as reading out some of the questions, so that we can identify with each other what are some of those menopausal symptoms that we're going through. Now, as we know, guys, menopause it can be something that's not can be, it is natural. It's something that every woman will go through. But then there are those of us who would have been medically induced. So you would have done surgery to remove your ovaries, to remove your uterus. And so that would have instantly sent you in menopause. The long question, or the big question, the $1 million question is, when does menopause stop? And guys, my entire research, no one seems to be able to say when it stops. What I would love is if there is anyone that's listening to me, you have gone through the menopausal phase, and you don't mind sharing your story, what you went through, how long it took you to go through it, and where you are at now. Reach me, please reach out to me, and let's see if we can have a chat. And if you don't mind coming on a live with me, so that we can help other women. I want the help too, guys. I literally want that help too. So please reach out to me. But let me just share with you what are some of the things that I have done so far to help myself. This week was not bad. I was able to be up a little bit more this week. I've been able a while ago, guys. I'm so proud of myself. I was able to drive a while ago and drive on some pathways that I was having struggle driving on. What do I mean by that? You're probably wondering. Yes, because of the menopausal symptoms, because of the hormone imbalance that was taking place in my head, I was not able to drive comfortably. What was happening is that instead of seeing the road being level, I was seeing the road curved and twisted and that kind of thing. So that was bringing a lot of fear on me. And so I was struggling to drive my car. Hey, Joan, good night. Joan, Margaret Coley. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Right. So yes, I was struggling to drive. And so tonight, this evening, I was able to drive very comfortably, very well, without agitation. And so I think one of the things, so let me just go through. So first and foremost, guys, to help me with the anxiety, I'm on antidepressants to help, just to calm that. Like I said, I was for 3 days, I was just in this state of fright. I couldn't control myself. Control meaning that I couldn't stop myself from feeling fearful. And it's as if my head was going to explode. I was in this constant dizziness as well and blurred eyes, and so I and nervousness and stuff. So that's been, for want of a better word, I think it's having the effect. For the first part, it was not allowing me to sleep. So what we did was to switch. Joan, I'll soon give you my number so you can send me a WhatsApp. Right. So it wasn't allowing me to sleep. So what we did was to switch to take it in the day. So now what I noticed is that I'm okay throughout the day. It doesn't make me sleep or anything. I can't say if it's having an impact on my diet. What I will tell you that every 2 to 3 hours, I'm making sure that I'm getting something to eat. And I'm going to go through a little bit to tell you what I eat in a day and have been eating since, especially during the course of this week. I've literally cut sugar, guys, and I had cut sugar from few years now, right? So cut sugar. I do a little honey, but since, especially since all of this has started, I do a small amount of honey, nothing too sweet, because what I had found is that when it's two extremes. When the sugar goes up, or in terms of spiking my sugar, I would get this nice sugar rush that sends me up. But then the same way how I have the sugar rush is the same way I'm deflating. So you know when you have a balloon and you blow up the balloon, and then as soon as if you let it go, it just deflates. The same thing happens with the sugar. So I'm very careful with how I'm managing the sugar intake. When I wake up in the mornings, I should probably tell you what I do before in the nights. I've been going to bed at 7 o'clock, 7:30. And even if I don't go to sleep, I lie down, right? I get a bath, I get a cold shower, as a matter of fact, guys, because I find that the cold shower was helping to make me quite relaxed as well. So I get a cold shower and I go lie down in my bed. And of course, I find that by 9 o'clock, I am usually fast asleep. So I try not to go over that, not to go over the 9 o'clock, so that I'm giving myself sufficient rest. And I can tell you, honestly, I'm feeling the release, and recognizing that what was missing is that I was not resting. And the truth is, guys, if those of you who know me very well know that I was not a sleeper. I don't sleep in the day. I go to bed late at night because my brain was always going. And so I couldn't shut my brain off, right? So I realized that after a while, all of those things catch up on us. All of those things, guys. You know, when we think that we're good, and we can keep going, you know, we can work the extra shifts and we can work the late nights. Well, I'm telling you, I have come to discover that my body is, I just gotten to this point where it said, Simone, enough is enough. You're not resting, you're not eating properly, right? And there were lots of stressors around. And so some of those things, all of those things combine, with all those menopausal symptoms, you can just imagine would have indeed caused a crash. All right, so I go to bed early and I try to sleep throughout the night. One of the things I've done to help myself to make sure that I'm resting is that I do soursop leaf tea at night, right? I boil the soursop leaf, and fortunately, if you're living in Jamaica, there are lots of soursop trees around. So I boil at least 2 leaf, and I put, give me 1 minute. I need to block this person. Right. When they come in with their nasty comments, you need to block them. Give me 1 minute. Um, right. One moment, one moment. Right. So, right. So just going back to, okay, great. I've been able to block that person. Okay. Right. So I've been able now so I get my sleep, I do my source up leave to get some rest, guys, and I sleep throughout the night. I find out when I go 7, 8 o'clock, because I have to get up by 4:30, it works, it helps. And then what I do in the mornings, once I get up, I even if it's 4:30, I go and I make a cup of tea. Now, what do I make for tea? I've been making either do a little garlic tea, or I do ginger tea, or I've been using rosemary, right? So I have that, and I may have a boiled egg with it. And that's in the 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? Up to about 6 o'clock, I have that. By that time, I'm settled enough, right? And of course, I would have drank my water too, guys. I keep a bottle of water with me, so I drink my water. After doing that, I get my children out, then I come back in. I exercise. I found this lady, Paula B, I think Pahlab. Wonderful lady, wonderful. She's gone through menopause and sharing her own story. So what I do is that I use hold on, guys, let me just make sure. I need to remove this person that had come up and was just posting some nasty things. Give me a moment, just need to remove them. And they've placed so many. It's amazing that they've placed so many in the thing. Right. So by the time I'm finished the exercise, I do like half an hour worth of exercise. And one of the things that I like about what she does, guys, is that it's a full body workout, right? And it's not strenuous. To be honest, it's not overly strenuous. But when I'm finished, I'm getting the sweat, I'm getting the stretches, right? And that's been helping. When I'm finished with that, I cool down. Then I go and I have a proper breakfast. And for breakfast, I've been doing like boiled bananas, um, steamed cabbage, or I might do a tin mackerel, or I might do a sardine. But then let me tell you what I do with the tin mackerel and the sardine. I season them up with my onion, my tomato, my sweet pepper, my okra, right? And then I might put just a little seasoning on it, right? No oil. I don't do the oil, and so that's been working. I may do ackee as well. Not necessarily. I tried one day. I remember trying with the salt fish, and I felt maybe the salt, it was maybe too much salt, so I didn't bother with that. But that's for breakfast, guys. Or if I don't do that, what I may do, what I did this week, I bulgur. I don't know how many of you know bulgur. I boil the bulgur and blend it and use it to make porridge. And then I sweeten that with soy. So if you have the Lasco soy, I use the Lasco soy to sweeten it. And in it, I would also put sunflower seed, pumpkin seed, chia seed, flax seed. I sweeten that with the soy, and I have that for breakfast. I may have another cup of tea then as well, but that's breakfast. 2 hours after that, guys, I may have I've been doing my mix up the seeds with peanuts and raisins. So I might have just a little handful of raisins. Um or What did I have? Oh, what I did was I boiled salt. Yes, Joy, salt, yes. I boiled one day, 2 separate days I did this. I boiled callaloo with string bean and ginger, and then I blend it and drank that one day. That really, I did feel the renewal in my body. Then another day I did cucumber with ginger, and then I put three leaves of callaloo in that. Blend it, strain it, and I drank a glass. Now, guys, you don't want to do that too much because those are detoxing. So I'm discovering that. So I try not to do too much. So I've done that 2 times this week. Right. Because I said I don't know. I feel for me what had happened is that my body had just run down in every way, nutrients, everything. So the callaloo would have helped with the iron, and that's all green juice, right? The ginger would have helped with the balancing of the stomach, and that kind of thing. I'm looking at, guys, my natural stuff, as I told you, because I'm really into trying to make my food my medicine. Guys, if you're getting substance from this, please be liking, sharing, commenting as well. Um, and then another thing that I did, guys, and this is something I did to help me. Um, one moment, one moment. Sorry about that. One of the things that I do, and I did that so as to ensure that I have something always. Maureen, hey Maureen, fruits are very important. Yes, I oats with soy, oats, soy, pumpkin seed, flax seed, sunflower seed, chia seed. What else did I put in there? I don't remember what else I put in there. I blend those up, and I did enough so that I had throughout the day to drink. And like if I have like for the next morning, depending on what I'm planning on drinking or having the next morning, the idea is to ensure that I always have something on hand to eat so that my blood sugar I don't take a nosedive. And I'm trying to do the healthy stuff. So I'm not putting on the weight and I'm not building up too many calories. And I'm surely not spiking my cholesterol or stuff like that as well. Um, Another thing, and then what I would do, guys, so I would have had breakfast, lunch. So you would have heard breakfast. For lunch, I would do either the oats mix, or if I have any bananas left or a piece of sweet potato or so left with the cabbage, I do that for lunch. And then somewhere around 2 o'clock again, I'd have some of the shake. And then close to 5, 6 o'clock, I would have dinner. Now, dinner can be soup, or it might have been stir fried vegetable or a piece of fish, right? So stuff like that is what I've been indulging in. And then to end the night, around 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'd have a cup of tea, and that's it. So that's what I have been doing this week, guys. When I don't do the bulgur as porridge, I cook the bulgur and have it with some vegetables. I kind of cut out the chicken. I noticed I wasn't feeling for the chicken this week or any form of meat. I'm not saying I've cut out meat. I'm just saying I didn't feel for it this week. Because everything I'm doing in moderation. I've also been taking my evening primrose, and I have been taking my red clover. Now I tried the red clover in the herb form for 2 days. I did notice after I had it that I kept feeling this pressure right here in my head. Um, Kept feeling this pressure. I don't know why this person is insisting on wanting to type in my chat. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, this person is really insisting. I don't know how people get off um wanting to type in people's chat. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, right. Apple, banana, spinach, broccoli, eggs, green tea, good source for hot flashes. Okay, Joyce, cool. The thing is, last week I did notice, Joyce, that I was having the hot flashes. I haven't had them this week. I don't know. I don't know if whatever I've been taking has been helping. But all I can say is, hold on, guys. Just need to get rid of this person who seems to think that they need to be in the chat. Yeah, that pressure. Done it. What I don't know is, like I said, done it. It's when I took the red clover, I noticed I was getting the pressure in my head right here. Um, I still take it because it does make me feel better, guys. Compared to how I was feeling last week, it does make me feel better. I did notice, though, I have noticed over the past few mornings that throughout the day, I still have the pressure here in my head. Um, can I not blink? Joyce, I'm trying. I've reported them already, so I'll see. So I still noticed the pressure earlier when I was having. It's like it's a kind of contracting, compressing kind of thing. Hemp seed. I haven't tried the hemp seed as yet. I'm looking for the black cohosh though, Leslie. to see if that will help. But so far, the red clover seems to be doing helping me. Um, and then, like I said, I guess all the different things, eating right. So I'm fixing my diet. I've done a little detox, um, and just adding new stuff. Oh, how could I have forgotten, guys? I have yogurt. I use yogurt as well as part of my snack, and I'll put like peanuts in there and some raisins, in it, or some granola I'd put in there to help with the snack in between meals. So it's making the effort to be eating right, going to bed, and the stressors. So let me share something with you guys. Something that I'm laughing about it now, but on Monday it wasn't a joke. So I like to do research. And one of the things I was doing, the medication that I'm on, the antidepressant, I decided that I needed to research it. What is funny is that from I got it, I've been looking for personal experiences with it and could not find any personal experience. So, yes, I've blocked them since Donna. Let's see if they find another way to come back up again. So I couldn't find any personal experience. On Monday, after I spent a good time with the Lord and just really had a good time with the Lord and turned on my computer, there were all the personal experiences with this medication. Guys, let me tell you, that thing sent me into a frenzy, you call it? I was a hot mess. I go outside, I couldn't see, my eyes are blurry. I started the trembling all over again. I started everything that could go wrong, started going wrong. Of course, I was messaging my doctor, messaging my best friend, and everything. I didn't want to take the medication and all kinds of stuff. And my doctor sent back and she said, "Stop Googling. Stop Googling." Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. Because every medication you are going to find has a side effect. Every medication has a side effect. And so what was happening to me is that the same all of the medication that was supposed to help me with my anxiety was now causing me anxiety. So I have learned, hey Marvelyn, I am learning now to if you don't want it, like they say, if you don't want the bad news, don't go searching for the bad news. So I've stopped Googling. I'm not searching up the medication. I don't want to know and stuff. I've just put it in the hands of the Lord and I'm taking my medication. End of story there. First time seeing my program, right? Hey Shapia, how are you? Well, girl, there's lots of things on the channel. Feel free, go through and you will see what I'm talking about tonight. Just sharing my menopausal experience. There's a part one last week of what I went through, and then this week I've been a lot better this week. So as a sharing what I've been eating in the day, sharing how I've been staying away from the stressors as well. I find too, guys, that some persons, everybody have an opinion. Everybody has an opinion on what you should be eating, what you should be saying, what you should be taking, what I have been doing. If I realize that the opinion is going to go along the line of they don't think this is the medication I should be on, and this medication is too strong, this is what I should be eating, this is what I should be doing, I kind of stay away, right? I kind of stay away because the reality of the matter is that he who feels it knows it, right? Um, he who sees it, feels it, knows it. Well, Marvelyn, you can go Googling a girl, but listen, you have to prepare yourself that if you go and you see, tell you that you're going to have running um, belly, are you going to continue? And my girlfriend asked me that question. She said, when you read and you see the side effects, are you going to take the medication? Are you going to take the medication? And think about it. Most times you would have spent a bag of money for the medication. Are you going to take it? And yes, done it. There is the thing. Everybody is different. Every person's body responds different. So, like the same thing, the medication for me, it says that it's supposed to make me drowsy. Some people it says they make them sleep all day long. For me, I don't sleep. it does not make me sleep. So every person's body is different. So the Googling, yeah, yours truly not Googling any medication, right? Maybe when I finish. And so, but the medication has been working. Like I said, I was able to drive this evening. I've been a lot more under control. Um, but guys, can I share something with you too? Because I'm not diving too much into just the medication. I've been praying, right? I've been praying. I've been doing my part. So, like I shared last week, that what's happening is spiritual, it's mental, and it's physical. And so, it's one thing to deal with your spiritual, but what do you do when your body is telling you that, hey, it's sick, something is wrong with it, right? You need to be fixing your body as well. So, I'm eating right, guys. I'm drinking my water. So true. My doctor told me to Google when I was going to surgery. I was sending up my blood. Your doctor tell if you stop Google shop here. Yeah. Um, exactly, exactly. Right. So I'm fixing my mental, right? Being careful of what I watch, being careful of what I take in. I am praying, I'm reading the word, I'm spending time with the Lord, and I am taking my medication, I'm doing my exercises, I'm going to bed early. That's how I'm managing my menopausal symptoms. I am hoping that they will stop and end, come to an end, and that my hormones will level out and that I won't have to go through this again. But I don't know. I don't know what my body will do, but I'm going to, like I said last week, that I'm coming out of this a hot girl. I might have a few grays, but I'm coming out of this looking good. So I'm doing what I can do. And that's what I would encourage us to do. Make sure that we are doing our part, right, guys? We owe it to ourselves to do our part because the truth is, nobody can do it for us. Right, Marvia? Nobody can do it for us. Not even our spouses who loves us so much. They can't do it for us. Our children can't do it for us. And guess what? You see the doctors that we love so much that we are constantly going visiting the doctors, they can't help us. I must say, guys, that in the midst of what all when everything was happening, and I felt like I didn't know how to help myself. I found myself wanting to go to every doctor, any doctor I could find. But guess what? I came to my senses and I said, I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to waste money either to go do tests here, tests there, to talk to this doctor, talk to that doctor, because what's going to happen is that I'm only going to prolong my own situation and make life worse for myself. My spouse is the worst part of I'm sorry to laugh. Carrie. Carrie said my spouse is the worst part of my menopausal symptom. Cheryl Henry, good night, Simone. Thank you. Very good topic. Right now, the night sweat is my problem. So try the red clover and see if that helps. Try the evening primrose. Try looking at your diet as well, Cheryl, and see if those things will help with the night sweats and stuff. There's a friend of mine who told me that at 3 o'clock in the morning she's standing under the shower. Donna, my sister is having all the symptoms you're talking about, and I am premenopause. I shared this with my sister. Very interesting form. What I can hear in the discussion, it's a trial and error. Yes, it is, Donna, because the truth is, Donna, nobody, there's no full, there's no one size fits all. Is that a message for me? There is no one size fits all. And so what you will find is that red clover might work for me, it might not work for you. Evening primrose might work for me, it might not work for you. Black cohosh may work for you, but it doesn't work for me. Changing my diet may work for me, but it might not work for you. You have to see what works, guys. You have to try and see what works. You're not dressed, it's just that you are going through. Joyce, Donna bless. I have every symptom in the book. 6 years going, sweating as we speak. Oh Lord, I'll try and start looking after myself. Oh girl, yeah, it is. And the thing is, guys, let me tell you, I said it last week. A lot of persons, when the menopause is over, you find that a lot of persons have diabetes. A lot of person, yes, Miss Clara for the grace. A lot of persons come out with all kinds of ailments because while they're going through the menopause, they're not taking care of themselves. They're not eating properly. They're not taking their medication. And guys, let me tell you, Honestly, the depression is real. The panic attack and them something is very real. The fear and that kind of thing. And it's a time when you're gonna feel yourself kind of letting go yourself. You're just throwing on your clothes. And some persons, the weight gain is real, right? The weight gain is real. And also the losing weight. So for me, I'm losing a lot of weight, right? So what I've done is to change my clothes, right? Fix my clothes so that when I come out, I don't look like I just have on this, I'm just this small person in this whole heap of big clothes. Fix yourself. Fix yourself up. My hair, because I've been working from home, I've not done anything to my hair, but I'm gonna get my hair fixed this week. I'm gonna cut it back down and get myself looking good, putting back my earrings and that kind of thing, So I'm still keeping up myself. Like I said, I'm doing my exercises, guys, because I cannot afford to get my skin, because I'm losing the weight. I don't want my skin to flop, right? I doing my exercise, putting on my nice sexy tights and that kind of thing, finding nice dresses and stuff. Fix yourself up, put yourself together, because again, you still have a husband. So those of you who still have a husband, you still have places you need to go, so you still want to keep yourself up, right? Miss Clairol, the detox tea really helps me changing my diet and exercising. Yes, Carrie, those are the things that I've been using. Carrie, let me tell you, our spouse, if they don't understand, and if we're not taking the time to make them understand, it's going to make things bad. So I am suggesting, you see, Carrie, sit your husband down, carry him out, and go sit down on the beach or something, sit him down and have a nice little conversation with him and explain to him what is happening to you and the kind of support you are needing from him. Because sometimes, guys, honestly, they just need to understand. They just need to understand. Yeah. The confusion and the weight gain. I know, blessing. I know. Green peas, beans, onion, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, man. Adding in all of those. So let us be taking the time to help those around us to understand what we're going through and understand the kind of support we need from them. Right. The weight gain, yes, Shapia, that is part of the menopausal thing. It is said that weight gain is a major part of women going through menopause. But guys, like I said, the Paula B, I think it's PAHLA. That's a lady I go every morning. I go on and I do exercises with her for half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour. Do your exercises, go for your walks, right? Find something to do that you enjoy so that you're really not spending the time thinking about how much weight you're putting on, thinking about what you're doing. And that may also have a lot to do with it. But the reality of the matter is that if you can manage the weight, manage your weight. Find a way to manage your weight. When I say manage it, meaning if you can't get it off, manage it. Manage what you're eating, manage what you're putting in your mouth and that kind of thing. Manage the time that you're eating, manage what you're putting in. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Guys, let me just state it here. I'm not a doctor. This is just my personal experience that I'm sharing. And I find from time to time when we share our experience, it helps. One woman help another woman, right? I put on so much weight, Carrie. You are so right about explaining to my spouse. It's a constant thing. Yeah, he will come around, girl. He will come around eventually. But let me tell you something. The stressors, remove yourself from the stressors, meaning if he's not understanding after you've gone through it over and over and over and over, live. Do what you need to do, right? If you know something that will cause an argument, walk away, right? Walk away. Hair loss, yes, the hair loss. Oh, Shopee, I used to have locks as well, But then the thing is, when I cut my locks, I wasn't going through menopause then. But what I did notice when the menopausal symptoms started is that here, right in these two areas, my temple areas, I was losing my hair and I didn't understand. And then they were tender. They were so tender and stuff. So I didn't realize that that was part of it. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm not gonna stay long tonight. That's it. That's it. A friend of mine told me she went to an interview and halfway she yelled at the interview. She yelled at the interviewer, "It's hot in here." She never heard. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so sad. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, menopause will cause so many things, guys. You know, when we're through with all of this, guys, we have a laugh, you know. We have to laugh about it because we cannot allow ourselves to get stressed out. We have to laugh about it. But while we are laughing about it, please let us be taking care of ourselves. Pansy said, Simone, I take everything. Nothing helped me. Wow. I stopped taking things now. I'm suffering, especially at night, hot and cold, but I give God thanks that I'm still alive. I changed my dad 5 years. No, 5 years. Ooh, oh my God. I learned a lot from last week's program. Thanks, Cheryl. I'm happy. I'm happy. Pansy, have you been talking to your doctor? What have they been saying? I find that what one of the things that they did say is that exercise, when you're doing a lot of exercise, it stimulates the dopamine or something another in your brain that helps with the exercise. Try that, na Pansy, and see if it helps. Right? And here comes this nasty person again. How do I this real nasty person? um Back in my chat again, back in my chat. Yeah. So, all right, guys. So, like I said, I am going to end it here. um if you missed the first part, go watch it. Watch what I put up last week. One time sitting in church by the window with cool breeze coming, but it was hot. It happens, Doreen. Pansy, it happens, Pansy and Doreen. Regular, but doctor can't help me. Yeah. I guess, Pansy, you're just gonna have to ride out the storm. Try changing your diet, I don't know, and see how that helps. But like I said, I'm trying everything that I can possibly do because I have to manage. The hot flashes are not my issues. To be honest, guys, the hot flashes are not my issues. My issue happens to be the it was the panic, the nervousness. That was my issue. So I do have the hot flashes, but it was the panic, I mean, and it was happening mainly when I was driving and stuff. And then when it got to the place where I was waking up in the panic, I was constantly in the panic, that's when I knew something was really wrong, right? That's when I knew something was really wrong. So um let me just report again. Yeah. All right. So let me see what other persons are saying just before I go. I'm happy I found your program the day you are on. You're welcome, Shapia. Doreen, one thing. Okay. Pansy says, I exercise and I go to doctor. Okay. Lizzie, Cara, life is changing for me. I'm now plant-based vegetarian. I'm having those same symptoms. Well, I'm trying the plant-based, but like I said, I'm not going to necessarily cut out my meat. I'm doing fish and stuff. I started to fan. He turned to me and said, "Oh Lord, you're hot." Oh, who said that, Doreen? I am fanning myself on a bus in Winterlow. Oh yes, oh girl. Thanks, Simone. Very good topic. We need part three. Well, we'll see what happens next week. I read an article that says low iron and B12 cause panic attacks. Yeah. Well, I'm doing a lot of stuff now, so and balancing them, and let's see. I'm trying to use my food where B12 is concerned, because what was happening is that when I take B12, they were giving me headaches. So I'm looking for foods that's high in B12 and to see. Lizzie, what's grums? So GBOMBS. What's that? Seems as if I'm going to go mad. Rosalind, I felt the same way, but we're gonna get through this. Dorina, your husband. Your husband in a church if you're hot. Oh my lord, my lord. I know, I can imagine the embarrassment. But that's why I said, guys, next week, I think what I'm going to look at next week is how do we help our spouses? How do we manage them so that they can manage us, right? I think I'm going to look at that next week. Um, yeah, Joyce. Well, Joyce, like I said, I'm on medication, so that's helping me with the anxiety. Yeah. All right, guys. So next week we will look at how we can G bombs. Oh, Carrie. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna look for that and see. Estroven. Somebody had shared that last week. The estroven. I don't know if anyone has tried it. I haven't tried it as yet. Because again, I'm not trying to mix too many meds, but we'll see. All right, guys. Like I said, thank you again for being here with me. Good chatting with you guys. I'm gonna set this so that the chat comes up. So you will see all the comments that other persons were sharing, and that you are able, and that you're able to benefit from it. Joyce, oh girl, yeah, so many women are talking about it. Guys, if you know somebody who is willing to jump on a chat with me, who doesn't mind sharing their experience with menopause, how menopause impacted their life. So like for instance, the husbands that have left, um the various symptoms. One lady last week shared that she got a stroke. If you are willing to jump on a chat with me, no problem with me. I will be only too happy to share it here. And yes, guys, if we can really form a community where we help each other, again, I'm only too happy. If you have my number, guys, feel free. You can send me a WhatsApp, or you can reach me over on Instagram, or you can send me a message here. I do check the chat. Because I was so tired and not doing so well, I've not been checking the chats as much as I should. But I'm on weekends I tend to do that, um, at least. So yeah, so guys, take care, have a good night, share, feel free, share the episode, last week one, of course, and this week, please just share them. Let's see if we can really help some women to go through menopause, win the war against menopause, because it really does feel like a battle going on between ourselves and menopause. All right, guys, love you guys. Thank you so much for just being here and making it such a wonderful night. All right. Take care. You should form a menopause group. Maybe, Pansy, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I might just do that on Facebook. Let's see. All right, guys. Take care. Bye bye.